Welcome to the tutorial video for how to configure the Services Hub on-demand assessment for Active Directory. In this video, you'll learn the prerequisites for setting up the assessment, the requirements for the user account you need to do the setup, and then step-by-step instructions for completing the setup. And finally, you'll see how to view and analyze the results of the assessment. If you haven't already, you'll need to install and configure the Services Hub on-demand assessment agent on a data collection server in your environment. You can watch a short tutorial video at the link displayed here. To get started with Active Directory assessment setup, you need to log into your system with a domain user account that is a member of the Enterprise Administrators Group, or a domain account that is a member of the Administrators Group on every domain controller in the forest, and a member of the Local Administrators Group on the data collection machine, and has administrative access to all Microsoft domain name servers that the domain controllers participate with. And on the data collection machine, use gpedit.msc to access computer configuration, administrative templates, then system, then user profiles, and change the setting Do Not Forcefully Unload the User Registry at Logoff. Set that to Enabled. Now, to begin configuring the Active Directory on-demand assessment, you'll need to launch a PowerShell prompt by right-clicking and choosing Run as Administrator. Before you run the commandlets for the AD assessment, you need a working directory for your assessments. You simply need a directory and the path to that directory to reference in the commands. For this, our directory will be on the C drive with the name Assessments. Back in the PowerShell commandlet, you enter the command as add-ad assessment. Halfway through typing the command, you can click Tab, and if you see the line autocomplete, you'll know the agent setup module is loaded successfully. For the next input, press a space, then a dash, then press Tab to bring up the working directory, the next input parameter needed. Now within double quotes, enter the path to your assessment's working directory, then press Enter. Here you will need to enter Enterprise Admin credentials and then password, and then hit Enter. Now it is safe to close the PowerShell window. Next, we will open the Task Scheduler. By default, the Active Directory assessment will kick off 1 hour after running the commandlet. To do a manual run of the assessment, you must schedule the task to a specific time. Navigate the menu to Task Scheduler Library, then expand Microsoft, Operations Management Suite, then Assessments, then the AD assessment. Right-click on the task and go into Properties, Triggers, and edit the default trigger to any point in the future, in this case, Monday. Then enter the account information used to execute the task. Now, right-click on the task and choose Run. Once this is done, go into the working directory, click on the numbered folder, and after a few minutes, several files will fill up this folder. Once you see these files, go into the Data Model folder and make sure there are files in here. It will have information about your forest, domain controllers, and DNS servers. Once you verify this, go into the Logs folder and open the Discovery trace. Scroll down to the very bottom of this file, making sure that there are no errors. If the error column here is all false, that means a clean discovery and the assessment execution was successful. From this point, wait 3 or 4 hours. Then you should be able to see the initial results of your assessment in your Azure Log Analytics workspace. You'll see recommendations made by the assessment in your Azure Log Analytics dashboard. To analyze the results and recommendations, you can click on the assessment and see all of your recommendations. Clicking on a given recommendation will show you the specific issues that prompted this recommendation, suggested actions for dealing with the issue, and the objects affected in your environment. You will also see the impact of the issues on your environment, the probability of this issue occurring or reoccurring, and the effort required to address this issue. This concludes the setup and configuration of the Services Hub Active Directory assessment.